You forgive too fast, and that's why people keep disrespecting you. You call it being mature, but it's really you training them that there's no consequence.
Thank you
Here's the
for
hard
watching
truth.
and
Some things don't
subscribing.
deserve forgiveness. They deserve distance. Not because you're bitter, because you respect yourself. This video is 7 disrespectful acts you should never forgive if you want real personal power. No drama, no revenge, just standards. And listen, #5 is the one most people tolerate. It looks small, but it quietly destroys your self-esteem. Let's start with the first one. Behavior 1. Deliberate lying, not a mistake. There's a difference between a mistake and a lie. A mistake is messy. A lie is a choice. When someone lies on purpose, they're not just hiding facts. They're testing you. They're basically saying, I don't think you deserve the truth. Or worse, I think you'll accept whatever I give you. That's not small. That's a power move. And if you forgive it again and again, you teach them a rule. I can disrespect you and still keep access. Forgiveness without consequences isn't kindness. It's permission. I'm not talking about a one-time slip. I'm talking about patterns. They lie. They get caught. They minimize it. They flip it on you. You're overreacting. You're too sensitive. Then they do it again. Iron Mind does this instead. First, name it clearly. Deliberate lying. No miscommunication. No confusion. Second, stop negotiating. No long debates. No begging for honesty like it's a favor. Third, set one consequence. Distance. Reduced access. Or ending it. But it has to be real. Not
Thank you for
revenge.
watching and
Protection.
subscribing.
Because if someone will lie to your face, they'll disrespect you in bigger ways later. Iron Mind rule. Truth is the minimum price of access. Behavior 2. Putting you down in front of others. This one looks like a joke, but it's not. It's when someone makes you the punchline in public. They tease you in a way that stings. They playfully embarrass you. They correct you with attitude in front of people. They lower your status to raise theirs. And if you laugh it off to avoid tension, you teach them. This is allowed. That's why it escalates. Because public disrespect is a habit. It grows when it gets no consequence. Here's what makes this behavior so toxic. It's not just about the words. It's about the audience. They're trying to control the room. They're showing people, I can treat this person however I want. Iron Mind rule. If someone disrespects you publicly, you address it cleanly. Not with rage. Not with a speech. Not with a comeback. With a boundary. Try one of these. Don't talk to me like that. That's not funny to me. Stop. We're not doing that. Short, calm, direct. Then stop talking. Because the power is in the pause after. You let the room feel the line you just drew. If they say, relax, it's a joke, you don't argue. You repeat, I said stop. Or, not with me. That's it. You're not trying to change their personality. You're teaching them how access to you works. And if they keep doing it, you reduce contact. You don't reward disrespect with your presence. Forgiving this repeatedly doesn't make you kind. It makes you easy. Behavior 3. Constantly ignoring your boundaries. Boundaries are not rules for other people. They're rules for your life. They define what's okay, what's not okay, and what happens when someone crosses the line. So when someone keeps ignoring your boundaries, it's not a misunderstanding. It's disrespect. They push your time. They invade your space. They decide for you. They demand answers right now. They treat your no like it's negotiable. And if you stay quiet, they learn you don't mean it. Here's the brutal truth. People test boundaries, not always on purpose, but they will test them. And if there's no consequence, the testing turns into a habit. Iron mind rule. A boundary without a consequence is just a request. So what do? First, make the boundary clear. Short sentence. No emotions. Don't speak to me like that. Don't show up unannounced. I'm not available after 9. I need 1 day notice. Second, enforce it the first time, not the 10th. Because the first time sets the pattern. The 10th time confirms you're flexible. Third, reduce access if it keeps happening. Less time, less contact, less availability. You don't have to argue. You don't have to convince them. You just change your behavior. That's what makes boundaries real. If they get angry when you enforce a boundary, notice that. Healthy people adjust. Unhealthy people attack. And here's the key. Protecting your boundaries isn't being difficult. It's being clear. Because if you don't protect your space, no one will do it for you. Behavior 4. Taking advantage of your kindness. Kindness is a strength. But some people treat it like a discount. They ask for help. Again and again. More time, more energy, more favors. And when you need them, they vanish. No reply, no effort, no presence. That's not friendship. That's extraction. Here's how you can tell it's disrespect, not need. They only show up when they want something. They never ask how you are unless it leads to a favor. They act entitled to your time. And when you say no, they guilt you. That's the trap. You start thinking, if I don't help, I'm a bad person. No, you're just finally protecting yourself. Iron mind rule. Giving is good. Being used is not. So you do 3 things. First, you slow down your yes. Don't answer requests instantly. A quick let me check is enough. Second, you test balance. Ask, when was the last time this person gave to me? Not money. Effort, respect, loyalty. Third, you set a limit. A clean one. I can't do that. I'm not available. I can help once, not always. No long explanation. Because people who use you love explanations. They use them to negotiate. And if they get angry at your boundary, that tells you everything. Healthy people respect limits. Users punish limits. CTA, simple, but it forces clarity. Comment 1 word, give or drain. Which one describes your most recent kindness situation? Next behavior is the one most people tolerate. And it quietly destroys self-esteem. Being treated like an option. Behavior 5. Treating you like an option. The self-esteem killer. This is the one most people tolerate. Because it doesn't look evil. It looks normal. They text you when they're bored. They disappear when they're busy. They cancel plans last minute like your time is nothing. They go quiet for weeks, then come back like nothing happened. And you accept it. Because you don't want to look needy. Because you don't want to overreact. But inside, it eats you. Because being treated like an option teaches your brain a quiet lesson. I'm not a priority. And if you live like that long enough, you start acting like it too. You lower standards. You overgive. You wait around. You accept scraps. Iron mind rule. If someone treats you like an option, it's because you allow option-level access. So what do? First, stop rewarding inconsistency. No instant replies to people who vanish. No automatic forgiveness with 0 change. Second, call out the pattern once. Not emotionally. Not as a fight. as a fact. Something like, "I'm not interested in on and off energy." Then you watch what happens, not what they say, what they do. Third, set consequences, real ones, less access, less availability, or no contact, because attention is currency. And if you keep paying someone who disrespects you, they'll keep selling you the same treatment. This isn't about being cold, it's about being clear. You don't need to hate them. You just stop making space for inconsistent people. Because a person who knows their worth doesn't audition for basic effort. Behavior 6. Minimizing your emotions, emotional manipulation. This one is sneaky, because it doesn't look like disrespect at first. You share how you feel. You try to be honest. You explain it clearly. And they hit you with lines like, "You're exaggerating. It's not that serious. You're too sensitive. You're crazy for thinking that." That is not logic. That is dismissal. And over time, it does something dangerous. It makes you doubt your own inner compass. You start thinking, maybe I am overreacting. Maybe my feelings don't matter. Maybe I should just shut up. That's how people shrink. Iron mind rule. Anyone who repeatedly minimizes your emotions is trying to reduce your power. Because emotions are information. They tell you where you feel unsafe, where a boundary is being crossed, where trust is breaking. So when someone keeps minimizing what you feel, you don't beg them to understand. You don't keep explaining yourself like you're on trial. You do two clean things. First, you state the line once. Short. "This is how I feel. Don't dismiss it." Second, you watch their next move. Not their apology, their pattern. A healthy person may not fully agree with your emotion, but they can still respect it. They say, "Okay, I hear you. Tell me more. I didn't realize." An unhealthy person does the opposite. They mock it. They twist it. They make you feel stupid for feeling. And that's the key. You're not asking them to validate your entire world. You're requiring basic respect for your experience. If they can't do that, you don't forgive and forget. You create distance, because the relationship becomes a place where you can't be real. And if you can't be real, you'll never be safe. Behavior 7. Betraying your trust, the one you can't unsee. Trust is slow to build. One honest moment at a time. One kept promise at a time. And betrayal destroys it fast. Not because of the event alone, but because it shows something deeper. They will protect themselves first, even if it costs you. People try to downplay betrayal. It was an accident. It didn't mean anything. You're being dramatic. No. If someone breaks your trust and then acts like it's small, that's double disrespect. First, they hurt you. Then they insult your ability to judge reality. Iron mind rule. Trust is not a gift you hand out forever. It's access you earn and keep earning. So what do you do? First, don't rush to fix the vibe. Don't force peace just to stop feeling uncomfortable. That's how people get betrayed twice. Second, look at the pattern. Was it a one-time mistake with real ownership? Or a habit with excuses? Ownership looks like they admit it. They don't blame you. They change behavior. They accept consequences. If that's not there, you don't forgive and move on. You move away. Because forgiving betrayal with no consequence teaches one message. My trust can be broken and nothing happens. And once someone learns that, they don't respect your boundaries. They test them harder. Some things can be forgiven. But betrayal? It changes the relationship permanently. Sometimes forgiveness is peace, but staying close is self-abandonment. Here's the truth. Forgiveness is not weakness. Automatic forgiveness is. If you forgive everything, you teach people a rule. They can disrespect me and still keep access. These 7 behaviors are the line. 1. Deliberate lying. 2. Putting you down in public. 3. Ignoring your boundaries. 4. Using your kindness. 5. Treating you like an option. 6. Minimizing your emotions. 7. Betraying your trust. You don't have to hate anyone. You don't have to fight. You just stop rewarding disrespect. Because dignity is not something you talk about. It's something you enforce. Final CTA, only 1. Comment 2 if you're done forgiving disrespect just to keep the peace.